Crisis Communicator of the Year, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, FPRO Police. While maintaining cordial relationship with the media, ACP Adejobi ensures that police PROs at all levels are adequately trained on crisis communication toolkits as they are proactive in timely and responsive response to media inquiries. These guard against misinformation and disinformation that have potential to igniting disorder. The first PRO deploys mainstream and social media as well as public engagement on security awareness campaigns and zero tolerance for bad behavior by personnel. Manzo Ezekiel, spokesperson, NIPR. As the image maker of NIPR, Manzo Ezekiel has been very effective in managing information about rescue efforts and the effort at addressing the plight of internally displaced persons. His agency is in the forefront of issuing early warning alerts to forecast hazard before any disaster like flood occurs. Law Enforcement Officer of the Year, Olushola Odumosu, Commandant FCT NSCDC. When he assumed office as the FCT Commandant of NSCDC, Olushola Odumosu declared war against vandals, man-thieves and other criminal elements within FCT. Within 3 months, he arrested suspects involving in vandalizing critical infrastructure as well as illegal miners. Samson Agada, Controller of Immigration, Jigawa State Command. Jigawa State Command of Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS, under the leadership of Controller Samson Agada, has succeeded in containing activities of human traffickers as it continues to rescue mostly young women scheduled for trafficking to Europe. Security Officer of the Year, James Benjamin of Nigerian Correctional Service. Assistant Superintendent of Corrections Officer, James Benjamin showed resistance and displayed gallantry during the July 5, 2022 breach at the Medium Security Custody Center in Kuji, Abuja. As a result, he was promoted to the rank of Assistant Superintendent of Corrections by the Nigerian Correctional Service in May 2023. Bamidele Makinde, Area Controller Ogun 1, Area Command, Customs. The Nigerian Customs Service, Ogun 1 Area Command, has been at the forefront in containing smuggling activities across Nigeria's borders. The command intercepted trailer loads of foreign rice as well as seizing concealed prohibited goods in different locations. Military Officer, Navy, Commodore Kolawole Oguntuga, Commander NNS Beecroft, Lagos. Navy Commodore Kolawole Oguntuga of NNS Beecroft has been very relentless in sanitizing Nigeria's coastal ways by leading the fight against sea pirates, pipeline vandals and criminals engaging in oil bunkering and smuggling on the sea. After arrest and confiscation, he handed over to relevant authorities. NAV, Flight Lieutenant Adamu Ibrahim and Anthony Durumos, with Lance Corporal Alaribe Daniel and Brig Stephen Peter were victims of NAV helicopter crash during evacuation mission in Niger State. 2 NAV regiment personnel, Doro Amos and Abdurrahman Abubakar, also lost their lives on ground operation. Gallantry Officer of the Year, Brigadier General UV Unachukwu. As the Commandant 21 Armored Brigade, Bama, Brigadier General UV Unachukwu personally led troops to clear several BHT, ISWAP enclaves and strongholds within his AOR, including Sambisa Forest. The operations led to the destruction of terror enclaves, neutralization of terrorists, and the capture of some high-profile commanders alongside the rescue of many hostages, including staff of international NGO and Chibok girls. The operations led to the recovery of weapons and equipment which included gun trucks, GPMG, AK-47 rifles, RPG bomb, Camel MRAP, motorcycles, commando mortar tube, large quantity of IED making materials, and grenades, among others. The result of combat operation reduced to barest minimum adversary attacks on troops, commuters, and communities. Posthumous award for gallantry, Major Segun Abiodun Oni. Major Segun Oni was killed by bandits in an ambush during a military operation in Niger State. The bloody encounter occurred on August 13, 2023, when the late Major Oni led troops on a military operation where he flushed out bandits in some of the areas before he was killed in an ambush. He was at various times Platoon Commander 72 Special Forces Battalion, Company Second in Command, Armed Forces Special Forces Battalion, and Second in Command, Defense Headquarters Special Operations Forces Battalion. Defense Humanitarian Journalist Odita Sunday of The Guardian. Odita Sunday is the head, Defense, Humanitarian Security Affairs at The Guardian newspaper. He not only covers the beat admirably but also investigates and breaks stories on humanitarian security incidents. Some of the reports evoke interventions of concerned authorities. Laraba Mori of Abuja Enquirer. Laraba Mori is a social media specialist, blogger, and news reporter at Abuja Enquirer newspaper. Laraba has carved out an age for herself through a series of humanitarian reports aimed at spotlighting the plight of the needy and vulnerable. Crime Prevention category: NDLEA War Against Drug Traffickers. The giant strides of NDLEA in combating crimes through interception of illegal drugs, cannabis, heroin, cocaine, and other hard substances, as well as the arrest of culprits, can never be ignored. Between January and August 2023, the agency has secured the conviction of 2,224 persons following the arrest of 8,561 drug traffickers. The Anti-Narcotic Agency also seized a total of 888,743 kg of illicit drugs within the same period. In August, NDLEA operatives also raided a drug warehouse in Lagos and recovered 4.8 billion naira worth of opioids. NSCDC Protection of Critical National Assets. As part of its mandate to protect critical national assets and combat crimes, the Corps has deployed undercover security agents to schools and host communities in the Northwest Zone and other parts of the country to protect them from attacks by bandits and other criminal elements. The Corps operatives have on several occasions void criminal attempts by vandals and oil thieves to sabotage the nation's economy. Public Information Management category: DSS, averting public disorder through early warning. As one of the finest country's intelligence communities, DSS has successfully averted public disorder and security breaches through well-crafted and articulated press statements on possible looming dangers. Its early warning signals that are widely circulated creates security consciousness and ensures the preparedness of relevant agencies. Army, tackling fake news and misinformation. The Nigerian Army has been keeping the public abreast of its operations through a series of well-written and thoroughly scrutinized press releases. Its counter-insurgency narratives have corrected misinformation and fake news on its operations, personnel, and relations with public in the public domain. Emergency Management category: FRSC Road Safety Campaigns. As one of the emergency response agencies, FRSC recorded a substantial drop in the number of road traffic crashes from 10,039 in 2022 to 7,830 in October 2023, which represents 22% reduction in RTCs, 21.3% decrease in road injuries, and 23.1% reduction in road traffic deaths in the first 10 months. This development is linked to high visibility, improved enlightenment, as well as broadened and expanded command structures by the Corps. FFS Combating Fire Outbreak. The Federal Fire Service has been rendering on-the-spot assistance aimed at combating fire outbreak incidents and equally taking measures on how to avert occurrences. For instance, the Lagos zone announced that property estimated at 1.5 billion naira was saved from fire in the zone in August. Community Service category: NAF Medical Outreach. In 2023, the Nigerian Air Force carried out medical outreach with free screening exercises like hepatitis, malaria and sugar test, dental checks, eye examination, and distribution of drugs. Provision was made for treatment of some medical conditions that require further treatment at the NAF health facilities. The effort will signify NAF's commitment towards improving civilian-military relationship and corporate social responsibility, improve healthcare delivery to many host communities across the Federation. Nigeria Correctional Services maintaining environmental hygiene. The Nigeria Correctional Services deploys lesser offenders under non-custodial sentences to serve in various communities while they are under supervision by the prison warders. They perform activities like sweeping the streets, drainage, and public buildings. This is very vital in maintaining environmental hygiene, at the same time facilitating discongestion of the prison and the rehabilitation of the inmates. Diligent investigation category. ICPC, thorough investigation before prosecution. As one of the anti-graft agencies in Nigeria, ICPC has, through a series of investigations, continued to uncover misdoings within public services. In September, the Commission began investigation into a petition regarding job racketeering across federal government ministries, departments, and agencies. It also secured conviction of top public officers as well as fraudsters. CISLAC, vigilant monitoring during elections. As part of its efforts to uphold ethics and principles among public officials and entrench democracy, the CISLAC deployed its personnel to monitor all public officials on election duties during the 2023 general elections across the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. Cybercrime Prevention Category. EFCC, tackling cybercriminals. As Nigeria's leading anti-graft agency, EFCC has been very relentless in its effort towards restraining the activities of cybercriminals and other forms of financial misappropriation in the country. Apart from arrests, the Commission recorded 1,688 convictions between January and September 2023. It also recovered billions of naira and millions of dollars in money laundering cases. Police, tackling cyber threats. Following the escalating cyber threats aimed at the banking and financial sector in Abuja, the force detectives have arrested scores of suspects and also announced the uncovering and shutting down of a cybercrime equipment and training centers in different locations in the country. Humanitarian Service Category. DHQ, the POWA's provision of medical facilities and support for wives and children of military personnel. The Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, the POWA, apart from hosting medical outreach and creating awareness on common health conditions and preventive practices, provided free medical services to wives of non-commissioned officers and adolescent girls from tri-service schools. It also donated medical equipment including a CTG machine to monitor the fetal heart when a woman was in labor, a phototherapy machine, an ultrasound machine, and examination couches and screens to the DHQ Medical Center, Mogadishu, Cantonment. ICRC, International Committee of the Red Cross. In Nigeria, the ICRC helps people affected by armed conflict and violence, particularly in the Northeast. It promotes international humanitarian law and other rules that protect people during armed violence and will support the emergency response work of the Nigerian Red Cross Society. Training Institute Category. NIS. Nigerian Immigration Training School Kano has over the years proven to be a veritable ground for preparing cadets on how to conduct their duties excellently after graduation. It trained and commissioned cadets and other immigration personnel. NCS, training of over 400 at Training College Ikeja, Lagos. The Nigerian Custom Training College Ikeja has been contributing immensely in training cadets who would later graduate and contribute immensely in boosting economy and security sectors in Nigeria. In June 2023, the college trained and graduated about 114 cadets whose country has already started benefiting from the capacity and versatility they got from the college. Private Security Company category. Deep Cover Gas Security Company. Deep Cover Gas Security Company provides private security guards, sex security equipment, and trains individuals in security awareness in Abuja. The company's efforts in reducing unemployment rate and upscaling the private security subsector is so obvious looking at its steaming number of employees. Thunderbolt Watch Nigeria Limited. The Thunderbolt Watch Nigeria Limited is recognized for its highly qualified specialists in the field of executive protection and escorts to any part of the country. The company carries out a periodic recruitment, reassessment, and retraining of ex-service veterans for deployment for policing of key and vulnerable points across the country. Media-friendly personality. The Deputy Controller General of Immigration and Head of Passport and Other Traveling Document Directorate, Saadat Hassan, has demonstrated commitment in ensuring that the public is adequately educated and informed on the operation of the service, especially on passport-related issues. On behalf of the CG, she enhanced media relations activities by attending to press inquiries in the most professional manner, even in the face of occasional public outbursts. Beyond responding to inquiries, she facilitated media tours of facilities in the service to enable the media have first-hand information for independent reportage. Her actions transformed the image of Passport Office and made it the most responsible arm of the immigration service.